about David Cox, Davis, Owen. Davis up first.
All right. Born in Birmingham, now seeing at Burning Man. St. John's College is where he got his knowledge. To study statistics, that's how he gets. Then he went to Cambridge, they're gonna need a bandage. Ooh. Skewed distributions, more made important contributions. Plus he got knighted in the kingdom united. David Cox rocks, it's just a fact. Research normal curls, what an impact.
I bet. See, that's how we rock with it. Let's continue with though. Born in Birmingham, learn that motherfucking statistics, yo. Ooh, David Cox unlocks notoriety, being inducted into the Royal Society. He had all the bronze without any cons, allowing him 10 St. John's. Hey. After St. John's, he hopped in the drop top, cruised on down to Cambridge for the last educational stop. He met a shawty named Joyce. She was really naughty. They had 4 kids. Too bad she was. He wasn't ready to settle. He went out and won the Copley medal. Wait a second. Bought the Percocet, going to Burbank College, gave him all the knowledge. His followers flocked, claiming he rocks. Soon he freaking invented the boxing cock. He thought he was screwed until he improved the new skew distribution.
All right, so question 5 starts off by saying studies have shown that foods rich in compounds known as flavonoids help lower blood pressure. Researchers conducted a study to investigate whether there was a greater reduction in blood pressure for those people who consumed dark chocolate, which contains flavonoids, than people who consumed white chocolate, which does not contain flavonoids. 25 healthy adults agreed to participate in the study and add 3.5 ounces of chocolate to their daily diets. Of the 25 participants, 13 were randomly assigned to the dark chocolate group and the rest were assigned to the white chocolate group. All participants had their blood pressure recorded in millimeters of mercury, mmHg, before adding chocolate to their daily diets, and then again 30 days later after adding chocolate to their daily diets. The reduction in blood pressure before minus after for each of the participants in the 2 groups is shown in the dot plots below.
Question 5A. Determine and compare the medians of the reduction in blood pressure for the 2 groups. The median reduction in blood pressure for the dark chocolate group was about 7 millimeters mercury increase, while the white chocolate group had a median of 0 millimeter mercury change in blood pressure. The median change for dark chocolate is greater than white chocolate, and this is essentially correct because it is clear that dark chocolate's median is greater than white chocolate's median.
The researchers found that the mean reduction in blood pressure for those who consumed dark chocolate is 6.08, and the mean reduction in blood pressure for those who consumed white chocolate is 0.42. One researcher indicated that because the difference in sample means of 5.66 is greater than 0, there is convincing statistical evidence to conclude that the population mean blood pressure reduction for those who consume dark chocolate is greater than that for those who consume white chocolate. Why might the researchers' conclusion, based only on the difference in sample means of 5.66, not necessarily be true? The answer is that the difference in sample means they observed could have happened due to random chance because people were randomly assigned to treatment groups. So it might be that because of chance, people in one group just so happened to have higher blood pressure to begin with, or they were more likely to experience a larger blood pressure reduction. This answer is essentially correct because randomness should always be a factor you consider, and blood pressure varies between people.
A simulation was conducted to investigate whether there is a greater reduction of blood pressure for those who consume dark chocolate than those who consume white chocolate. This simulation was conducted under the assumption that no difference exists. The results of 120 trials of this simulation are shown in the following dot plot. 5C. Use the results of the simulation to determine whether the results from the 25 participants in the study provide convincing statistical evidence at a 5% level of significance that adding dark chocolate to a daily diet will reduce in a greater
result in a greater reduction in blood pressure on average than adding white chocolate to a daily diet. Justifying your answer. 3 out of 120 trials yield a mean difference greater than or equal to 5.66. This suggests that there is a 3,420 equals 0.025 probability of getting a difference between white versus dark chocolate blood pressure reduction of 5.66 or more due to chance alone when we assume no difference exists. Because of 0.025 is less than 0.05, our significance level, we have convincing statistical evidence that dark chocolate results in a greater blood pressure reduction than white chocolate on average. This answer is essentially correct because 0.025 is less than 0.05, which is a significant level, so we reject the null.
We're gathered here today to talk about this great man, David Cox himself.
David Cox not only was an amazing person for the statistics community, he also inspired us. We've decided to start a fundraising initiative called Cox for Kids. What Cox for Kids does for kids is it teaches them basic but necessary statistics functions so they can get ahead on their early life performances in the math classroom. Here we have a Cox for Kids student, and tell us what you know about normal and skewed distributions and how David Cox's Cox for Kids has helped you.
Dude, I know so much about statistics now. I
What about
love
skewed
Cox for Kids.
distributions? You like skewed distributions?
Yes, dude. I love all of that stuff.
Cox for Kids taught him that.
Let your kid receive.
The only source that we used for the statistician biography was Wikipedia, so that is our only source.